All right, everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mirror, Search for Uhuru, and I have my brother, my big brother, my confidant, the person I look up to, who I've known now for 12 years.
Yes.
12 years, for 12 years now. My big brother, Fitzgerald Stephens, and today's topic is creating a life that you don't need a vacation from. That's today's topic. Before we get started, just got back Tuesday. I arrived Tuesday, got back in the States on Tuesday from our tour. Tour was a successful tour. With that being said, the next tour is coming up, and that is going to be March 20th through the 26th. March 20th through the 26th, and we will be back in Nigeria commemorating the 1-year anniversary of my coronation. So March 20th through the 26th, if you guys are interested, send me an email, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com. Send me an email. Come join us. Bawoni Audrey. Come join us. It'll be a trip of a lifetime. It will be a trip of a lifetime. Also, too, I think we already discussed this. My brother Fitzgerald has his Alabama t-shirt on today. And that first Saturday in December, that first Saturday in December, Fitzgerald, we're going to take care of that for you, brother.
Appreciate that, man.
I don't appreciate what LSU did to my brother. I don't appreciate that. So with that being said, the Georgia Bulldogs, my alma mater, we are going to take care of that for you, brother Fitzgerald. In fact, hold on. You know what? Go ahead, Fitzgerald. Introduce yourself. Let me grab something real quick. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
leave that Georgia Bulldog shirt off, man. You don't need to put it on. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fitzgerald Stephens, here in the United States, living in Tampa, Florida. And Jonas and I have been knowing each other about 14 years, as I stated. You know, we are close personal friends as well as business partners. Often when I come aboard the stream, I'm generally like to talk to just talk to people about oh wow, yeah, he's throwing me off around there. Well, so you throwing degrees to degrees. I ain't even gonna pull mine out, man. I ain't even gonna pull mine out there, stuff like that. That's very impressive. Very impressive. So it's cool. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Well, gosh, play it forward on that. So you can put that definitely use over in your home in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Mine's in international advertising, so
still use it.
Very impressive.
I just have to grab that.
Well, you should be proud of it, man. You worked very hard to do it. I was just giving the audience a little bit of information about myself. It's kind of a little vague. So to get a little specific, Jonas and I are not only personal friends, but like over a decade of friendship, but we're also business partners. And so the subject, Prince Amir had told me today, was they was talking along the line, living the life that you don't have to have a vacation from. And I said back to him, like the one you're living. So really Jonas is in that vein. I'm still pressing for it to get there. I will be there very, very soon, easily. But Jonas, I just like to hear more about how you're doing it, man. I mean, this I don't really even need to speak to this matter, really, because you're doing what I'm trying to do. It. You're flying in a jet that I'm trying to get aboard. So man, I just want to hear about from you. I know dang well you're hitting Africa 5-6 times a year. So you tell me, man. You tell the audience, what's your experience to live like that, coming from corporate America, or where you came.
And real quick, guys. So on my diploma says there's an echo. On my diploma it says Albert Horton Hollis II. Again, on my diploma it says Albert Horton Hollis II. If you guys don't know, if you're new, I legally changed my name. That was my former name in another life. This still present life, but another life. I was Albert Horton Hollis II. Now I'm Dynasty Befe Adewale Amir. Fitzgerald, when we first met, I was Albert Horton Hollis II. So Fitzgerald remembers Albert Horton Hollis II, who had the black Mustang, the black Mustang.
Yeah, I remember the Black Mustang. But you remember much, Dine? I never did call you by that name much. I was like, "Hey, dude, how you doing?" I would never really call you by that because it just didn't feel right, even back then, coming off my lips. I mean, I don't, Let me explain that, man. So, some people you meet, it's possible for you to see their destiny before they do. I mean, it's possible to put it another way, some people you meet, there's a rare individual. They carry like a certain aura about them. Like sometimes people say like, "Hey, you don't seem like you belong here. You seem like you're from a different time period or a different place, or you got an old spirit." Any number of those colloquialisms that we have heard over the years, but it was true with you. I mean, it was just something different about you, man. I didn't know what it was, so when you find the metamorphosis into what you are now, I mean, I wasn't surprised one iota. Now, I didn't know it was going to take you literally all over the world. I didn't know where it was, but I did see some seed in you. I felt some seed in you that you were different. You were just not the run-of-the-mill everyday cat walking around in Atlanta, selling uniforms or insurance. So don't know if I ever told you about that before, but yeah, no, I don't remember walking up to say, "Hey, Albert, how you doing?" No, I said, "Man, good to see you. Good to see you. How are you?" I'll never remember calling you by your name, but I really don't.
And now that I think about it, I don't really remember. Stop. I really don't remember either. Sorry about that, guys. Let me turn this off. I hit the. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't remember you calling me Albert either. Really, I'm thinking about that now for sure. I don't remember.
I didn't call you that. I would say, "Man, great to see you." I would smile like I'm doing right now. It's good to see you. How are you doing? I never called you by your first name. Never. And then I just didn't do it. As a matter of fact, when I was getting up there, Albert, dang, that don't fit. that just don't fit. That just doesn't work.
Yeah, so everybody was named after my father. So my father's name was Albert Horton Hollis, and I was Albert Horton Hollis II. So that's who I was named after. But the topic, as far as living life in regards to creating a life where you don't need a vacation from. People often say you should create a life or work around your passion. But passion sometimes doesn't necessarily pay the bills. But in 2019, with these different platforms, you now create a life around your passion that can now pay the bills. I mean, Fitzgerald, if I would have told you, Fitzgerald, coming up, or when you were in college at all, did you play video games or arcade games at all? Or
no, I've never been a gamer. The closest I got to a gamer was Pac-Man and galactic. You press the thing and it had these three little things shooting up and bombers after that. So I've never been much of a gamer.
Fitzgerald, if I would have told you 25 years ago that there would be people, it's called esports, there would be people making $30,000 a month playing video games, what would you have said?
I would have believed it because I had that forward type thinking. I had that like okay. I have like that Star Trek type galactic thinking. So I would have believed it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been like that since I was a child, man. Since I used to go out and back down in country Alabama where I was from and just stare at the stars. I knew something was there. I knew there was some greater ideals and greater destinies and stuff to be fulfilled. But it just hadn't materialized. Like I got that really from a big sci-fi fan. I was used to watch Star Trek, and Star Trek really just with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, it painted a picture like what the world could be, as opposed to what it is, So I would just look at the stars like I still do and just like, wow, imagine possibility. Now I didn't know how it would come, but I in other words, I could see it. I could see it in my mind's eye. A greater purpose, a greater thing, but I didn't know how to put the the mechanics together to really build it. But if you can see something, the mechanics of how to build it will eventually show up. That I have learned. I believe that now more so than ever. I believe this view now it's stronger than when I believed it when I was 9 years old.
Oh wow.
So I would have believed it. So I see it. You know, Dine, that's how I got my house in McDonough, Georgia. I was at that same company with Atlanta Tire and Auto Service where you and I met, and I decided I was going to get a home. So I went and I was talking to my wife and stuff. I believed it more so than she did. So what I did, I pulled it up on the internet, and my mind locked on the image of the house. My mind just locked on it. 2 years later, I had that exact same house. No, that's how it is with me, man. Once I make a decision, and this can work with not only me, with anyone, but once you make a decision, I'm not talking about of just like a wish, a hope, and a dream, and that'd be nice, and I could have, but I finna. No, that's not a decision. You know, that's not a decision. You know, once you make a decision, and you can see it in your mind, and then when you can see it, it's almost like it is yours. You can taste it, you can smell it, you can feel it. You know, and you lock on that, I promise you, all things will really come together to pull it right out. It pulls out the spirit right down in the natural. You know, the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you can get focus, definitive focus like that, you know, you will have it. My definitive focus is simple right now. I will walk. I will undoubtedly walk in $1 million of residual income a month. No, don't make a difference. I'm looking at a diamond and a nickel on my dress right now. I don't care like that. I will walk in over $1 million of residual income a month, and I will be there very, very soon. Now, Fitzgerald, well, how are you going to do that? It will come, just like everything else like that happened. That asked in another story, because I lived this. I've lived this. This is not something I'm talking about. This is how I got everything. I grew up poor. We didn't have anything. You know, I was raised. My grandfather came up from a broken home. My mother raised 3 sons. You know, and all of us has made a success out of ourselves, and as far as what doing, you know. But I had this. I had this right here. Little University of Alabama piece certificate. I was the first guy to graduate out of my family. I was the first of the 3 sons. Both my brothers now college educated, but that's not the point. I had a friend, Thomas Kippy Poe, and he was rooming with another friend named Bill Ward in the University of Alabama on Patey Hall, 4th floor. And I really didn't have the wherewithals and the real high academic things to really do college work. I simply wasn't prepared for it. Even though I graduated most likely to seed and most students in my high school, but I came from a very poor school district. So I was the top gun in a very, very small pond. You know, so when I got to college, you know, I didn't have those skills, that like a studying and tutors. I didn't have all that. What I did have was a focus of will. I have an indomitable will. I just simply don't quit. You know, I just don't, especially if it's something I want. Well, you know, final exams, we would go through the things, and college work is tough. I mean, very, very tough. I commend those who stick with anything, you know, to see it through. But Don asked, you know, man, I flunked out of college twice. College grad though. I wanted a degree. I wanted my degree. That's all I wanted. You know, that's my biggest thing. And so I would often go to Kip's place, and I would just walk in the room, just open up the door, wouldn't say anything to anybody, and I would just take his degree, the one like I showed you guys, and I would just stare at it. Wouldn't say a word to him or his roommate, and I would walk out. And you know, when times got tough again, you know, when I was thinking about quitting, or how I'm going to pass this test, or I got to get this thing, or how I'm going to come up with money to stay in school, I would walk in his room just like Kramer used to do off of Steinfeld. No knock, just walk in the room, look at that degree, just stare at it, and walk back out. Well, you guys just seen what the manifestation of that. I've done it with houses. I've done it with relationships. I've done it for possessions, and that's the way I live. the word of God that the Bible that I serve, it says the just shall live by faith. And here's the cool thing about faith. Don't ask me how, it's just something in your spirit. You got to get that, that you're going to have this, or you're going to have what you put your faith in. Then things just started coming to happen. Things just don't, I'm not a man who believes in coincidences. Things just started coming together, and eventually I walked in my goals. Now I've kept that, and I've had a lot of failures. I've had a lot of setbacks, and I had a lot of things. But one thing that hasn't been really taken much from me is my mind and my heart. They have to match. So if I can lock on something, if I can see something, whether I want to build my body a certain way, whether I want to learn a martial arts like I study right now, whether I want to travel, whether I want to get an income goal, whether I want a relationship, what type of woman I want, what type of looking at, what do I put? I put a list out there. I start locking, I start parenting. Eventually they show up. Eventually it shows up every single time. That's all that happened with me, Carrot Bars. I was just looking. Just looking. Then all of a sudden, a phone call from Michael Delco came, and lo and behold, here I am. About 5 years later, on a brink of incredible financial windfall, with just one phone call. But I just took action, because I put out there, like, I can't be broke anymore. I can't just be struggling like this. I mean, I can't just feel like I'm in prison because I have this lack. I can't be like this. I just can't. So I just started throwing it out there. And lo and behold, the same things has happened. Now I watched my two brothers do it. I watched, because it's not just me. I have two siblings that do the same thing. My youngest brother, two of my brothers, we all grew up poor. Yeah. One, the middle brother, he's a financial director in a major county in the Southeast. Director. He didn't complete his degree. Okay, the youngest brother.
Oh, no. He doesn't have a degree.
No, he lives. He's right around. He's right around there for that county next to yours. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Preston Stephens runs that whole thing. He's absolutely gifted. He has no equal in what he does. Don't have a degree. That's a studying like that. He has a job that he didn't. He went to Syracuse University, but didn't create his degree. I created my degree. Michael Anthony Stephens, my brother, created his degree. Now get to Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony is the chief legal counsel for a major airport here in the Southeast. One of the major airports in the top in the world. I'm not going to tell you too much about my family's business, but you know what? That man, first, for what he does, the lifestyle he's able to live, and he created. It is absolutely astonishing. That's his first hustle. His second hustle, he's painting he is creating a chain of med spas, Dine, like the tummy tuck, the liposuctions, the cosmetic surgeries. Oh, by the way, that's not what he is. He's a corporate attorney, but he just happened to go out there and find it. The gift came out of him. It's called Aspire. And you're gonna literally see him open up all over the country, simply because he decided he didn't want to get comfortable with his very, very extraordinary high six-figure income. But it started with a dream. He wanted more. They wanted more. We went to college. We didn't have money to pay for it. So therefore, we had to find a Pell Grant. His way, he had to go to ROTC. Graduated, practically top in his class from Morehouse University. But on that, he came up to visit me at the University of Alabama one time. We was in my dorm room. We was watching Top Gun. I said, man, you ought to think about American University. Mm-hmm. He was watching Top Gun because he wanted to be a fighter pilot. He was just that gifted, but he didn't make the height restrictions. About 5'9", 5'10", your height, Dine.
Hold on. I'm 6 feet.
Huh?
I'm 6 feet tall.
In heels?
No, I didn't listen. I didn't.
No. I thought you was about 5'9", 5'10". But my point is, that's the way it works, and that's exactly how it's worked with Dine Samir. That's exactly how it's worked with me, and that's exactly how it would work with you. For those of you who sit around and say, well, that's just the metaphysics, and I don't believe that. Well, cool. Believe what you want. Believe what you want, but your belief is going to pull what you believe. If you think you're going to be broke, and you think you're going to be sick because your family did that, and or the man is going to get us, guess what? The man is going to get you. If you think you are the man, that's what you are. As you think, that's what you become. Don't ask me how to explain it, but all I know is that somehow there's this failed system safe that the God Almighty put in the universe, that men and women have power, and they have power in their thoughts, in their words. And when those things line up, I promise you, everything else will start coming together. Now, it happens faster. The reason it happens faster, because some have developed that gift more so. But that's how it happens. How do you explain people who rise up from obscurity, and then in rural nations? How do you explain like a Patrice Lumumba in Congo, who rose up from nothing, and wouldn't been for assassination bullet? The man with the continent of Africa in the world would have been vastly different. Matter of fact, Patrice Lumumba's assassination in the 20th century was the most crucial and the most important and the most vital. Not Kennedy, not Malcolm Shabazz, not Pito, not any of those guys. Patrice Lumumba. Had Patrice Lumumba would have lived from the Democratic Republic of Africa, the Congo, Africa would have been different, because he didn't have just a Congo vision. He had a global African vision, and he would have extraordinarily changed that thing. All this stuff you see happening in Africa, that wouldn't happen. Africa would have been a nuclear power now. It would have ruled just like Carthage did before they lost the battle of the Reciprocal Apricotis, the Roman general, what Africa is named after right now. So this is how I live. This is how I live. Now, am I going to say like I don't get no setbacks? No. Am I going to say I don't hurt? No. Am I going to say I haven't shed tears? No. But somewhere in my mind, I know I'm a winner. Somewhere in my mind, I know that that it's just going to happen, provided I can lock on it. Because once you get the picture, forget about me. But once you get the picture in your mind, and whether you go look at a home, or you look at a car, or you look at a certain type of relationship, or someone's got a great marriage, or you look at that and you model. Once you get it in your mind and it comes in your spirit, it's just going to be a matter of time before you're walking in it. Dine, thank you for allowing me to speak on. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's how I get what I get. That's what I do. Like, I've made more and lost more and made it back again and lost it and made it back again and things like that. But each and every time I make it, I get a little bit stronger. The process happens a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster. I promise you, I'll be making in excess of $1 million residual income a month. I promise you that. Through all kinds of things. Don't ask me exactly how, but watch my light. Give me a little bit of time. You're gonna say, well, he said that the November 22nd around about 1:15. He said 1:40. He said he's gonna walk in it, and so I shall. But everything else, this is work exactly for you. You just got to believe it. And that's why it's so important to protect yourself away from naysayers, like people saying this, or you a scam, or that's a scam, or this a scam. Let them say what the heck they want, because you know what, that don't matter. But if you let those guys or those gals, infect your heart and steal your dream and steal your vision, you will be just like them, because ultimately that's what they're going after. It's not about you. It's about the vision. It's not about you at all. It's about the vision. And you can't let no one steal that vision. You can't let no one, because once they take that and replace it with their vision, which is not going to be yours, you're done. But you can be in a jail cell, and you can be in a jail cell sitting in the corner of a room with the name Mandela on the back of your shirt. And you can come out of that jail cell at 30 years and you can run the whole nation that put you in the jail. That's how he did it. They couldn't break his will. That's how he did it. And that's how you would do it. So That's what I do, Dynance, and that's what you've done. That's why you're able to walk around it. That's why Search for Uru, is here. That's why Nigeria citizenship is here. That's why the passport. Whether you realize or not, somewhere along the line, I don't know who sparked it or a combination of what, but somewhere along the line, you grabbed the hold of that. You believe, yeah, I am a prince. I can do that. I can do that. What the thing that's so stunning about my relationship with you, dude. Because I remember when you were no shape, form, of anything that you're walking in right now. A lot of people on the stream, they see you like, wow, you arrived, man. I saw you from the ground floor. I saw you before, dude, when you were just a kid, just a happy-go-lucky kid, just trying to skip a beat and figure out what you're gonna do. After you got out of the University of Georgia, I saw you, man, when. You just didn't have any of this. You just had a black car, and that's about it. You didn't have no savings. You didn't have no capital. You was broke. I saw you, and to see you all these years later, the metamorphosize in the man you are right now, dude. I couldn't be happier for you, and hear me with wisdom. I couldn't be happier for you if that was my own son, who I don't have, walked up to me and said that. I could not, because I saw it. I lived it. I saw it, and I see it right now. And you know what? What you are now is equivalent to what you are back then. In other words, you got so far to go. There are so many more doors for you to open, man. They're going to astonish you. The level you are right now, I want you to think this is the exact same level when I met Fitzgerald, because where you're going to be in a couple years from now, you're going to be a nation shaker, man. I can see it just as plain as that. And I told you a little bit about that vision, but don't make a difference what I can see. Can you?
I see it.
Okay, well, you will have it. And that's the thing when I'm putting out here to the audience. Don't make a difference what we can see in you. Can you see it? Can you see greatness in you? You believe your life is a scam? You believe it's too good to be true? You believe you are the man or woman, or you believe you got to serve the man or woman? You believe you're supposed to live in a nice neighborhood where gunshots is not your alarm clock? You believe you're supposed to have be able to travel to Africa where or live wherever you want without being in an oppressive nation or being around injustice? You believe you have the ability to travel and move freely throughout the world like you want, or do you believe that's just for the rich people? Do you believe your children can have a glorious future, and you can create generational wealth, or do you believe that's just the other man, the white man, the black man, the African man, but it ain't for you? You believe you can have a total functioning normal family, or you believe there's always been chaos in your family, so that's the way it has to be. What you believe is what you're going to get. So therefore, I choose to believe great things about myself. It's nothing wrong with want to be great. It's nothing wrong with saying you're great. It's nothing wrong saying I want to be rich. I'm going to be rich. It sure beats the alternative, being poor. So this is what I'm trying to get you guys to say. So this is the introduction. But I often have said, the most important thing when I come on the stream is to pay yourself first. Create another residual income. Yes, I was wrong. The most important thing when I come on this stream is, what do you see for yourself? What do you see? Now, faith without actions is dead, but get a vision of greatness for you and your family. Get something and don't let no one take it away from you. Dynance, I got to the point right now. If you even think about coming to, telling me what I can't do and what I can't have, or belittle me, I will cut you out of my life. That includes you. Because you know what? If you take a man's dream, you take their life. They just ain't died. You just ain't put them in the ground yet. Some people take them maybe 10, 15, 50 years. But once you take the dream of someone, they're dead. They're gone. That's why as a child, you believe you can do anything. But they tell the child, no, stop, don't do this. Child believe they can do anything. You got a little 3-year-old, 5-year-old man. So he thinks you have to catch him from hurting himself. He'll try to leap downstairs. He's fearless. He's things like that. But let him keep hearing, no, you can't. That's not you. That's for other people. And they'll start to believe it. But on the other hand, let them hear this. You know what? You're a prince too. I'm a prince. You're a prince. I'm a dual citizen. You are. I'm a world traveler. You are. I'm an author. You're going to be. Watch how his son start doing in the years that man does his job properly. And so someone has to break the chains. Someone has to start anew. I chose the start of destiny, wealth, and health, and prosperity and peace of my family. My brothers, they chose the same thing, to do. So it don't have to be. You can change the narrative. And so, so this is what this show is about: changing the narrative, giving you a vehicle. But you know what? We can't give you the belief. All Dine and I can come up here and tell our stories. That's our story. What's going to be yours? No. Dang, I inspired myself. If I was a preacher, I would send myself a love offering off of that one. No, really would. That was good talk there.
Guys, with that being said, link is in the chat room, link also in the description, and is on the screen. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to personally call you. I know I'm behind. I have a couple people I need to call. I've been in transit and dealing with jet lag. So I'm 100% back, ready, and running now. I will give you a call, and then I will connect you with Fitzgerald. And the objective is to get you guys up and running where you guys will be successful with carrot bars. But esports, you have people making thousands of dollars a month just talking about X-Men, $1,000 a month talking about Star Wars, $1,000 a month playing with He-Man action hero figures.
He-Man?
Then you got this kid, my son watches him, Jason's Toy Review. He makes like $5 million a month for just reviewing toys.
I think I heard about this little fella.
I think it's Jason's Toy Review or something like that, playing with Legos.
Oh, that's the one that you and I were talking about sometime. His parents decided he needed a $5 million home.
That's him.
Yeah, I got you. Wow. Yeah.
That's him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, no longer are we limited to get a degree, go work at corporate America for 30 years, or sometimes longer than that, retire and just live your life out in peace, hopefully. That's no longer like a reality for people. You can get it now.
Dine, can I interject something real quick? True story here. I'm not going to say that the company I work with, I took a job with them currently right now, but I had an interesting talk with a fellow associate. And she had got hurt on the job. Doing stuff on the job. And I looked at her and I said, "Why are you still here?" I said, "It's against federal law that no one can make you come in and work when you're on, you're on disability. Can't do it." So she said, "Oh, this is Florida, not New York, where you're up for it." I said, "Well, they can't do that." She said, "Well, I was told by one of the bosses, I had to be here and do some stuff, but if just keep your nose clean because I've been here 11 years. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do?"
Right. After 11 years.
Dude, and maybe my thinking is a little bit different because I have an international gold and crypto business with dang near over 6,500 affiliates, business partners around the world. So even though I'm doing that, I got a global business. But I also have that mindset that I was talking about, and she, the fact that she I could see it in her eyes. She was hurt, physically. She was, her spirit was somewhat broken, but she felt she had to be there because she didn't have a choice. And what I did, I breathed life into her, whether she took the air or not. But I said to her, "You can do better than this. If you ever get and I said this, you ever get this serious about it, you ever decide you want to make an additional income, you come talk to me." And that's the crazy thing about how a lot of people see. You never know who you in the presence of. Right. That's why it behooves you to treat people with respect. I'm out there sometime in my company. I'm carrying mulch and rock to a trunk, and I'm carrying them maybe in Range Rovers or Mercedes, whatever. Your title, your car don't impress me one iota. And I'm talking to these people, you know what? And then my income will easily dwarf theirs in a couple of months like that easily. I'm sitting on a global business that I can go behind a rock and run on my cell phone through my carrot bar business. And, and someone say something to me about you would look at like, "Oh, well, look at this guy with a college degree. He's just working here." Please, I cash your paycheck and make change. But you don't know who you're dealing with. So don't despise when someone offers you an opportunity. Before you think you know what they're getting ready to talk about, that what they're getting ready to say, and before you make an answer to reject it, please be intelligent enough to listen. They might have the very answer to change the trajectory of you and your family, for generation. But if you're one of those people, you know everything, or you hung up on your degree. Dine and I got degrees too. We can tell you about sometimes what they're worth. I mean, your degree don't make you. You make the degree. But please take the time to listen more. For when we talk about carrot bars, I don't seen the good, the bad, and everything else like that. Not necessarily a carrot bar, but the attitude of people. Broke people who thinking stuff scam. Rich, people who thinking they know. People who thinking they know about it, everything. People who think it's their life purpose to educate people on stuff that they have not a clue what they're talking about. So you're trying to find a way out. You're trying to find a way out. You're trying to find a betterment as far as for you and people. And you know what? And the world is out there to looking for you. They're looking for you to walk in your destiny that God has created you to do, because no one can do your job, Mr. Man, Miss Woman. No one can do your job that God sent you, your assignment on earth, except you. And if you don't do it, there are going to be countless people that are going to suffer because you didn't do what you're called to do. See, this is not just about you. It's about the generation reverberation for ongoing time. And that's how you got to really look at it. You were born to be great. Though you were born to be great, and don't let nobody take that away from you. So with carrot bars, just a vehicle, a very powerful vehicle, product that deals with gold-backed cryptocurrency, money, just a company that deals with money. Is it a job? Absolutely not. Is it an opportunity? It's one of the best in the world. You increase your wealth by acquiring gold for yourself and gold-backed cryptocurrency and telling other people, and they do it, and you increase your wealth even further than doing just by doing that. You can operate in 146 countries by way of a cell phone. It's an e-commerce company. For those of you who are not too familiar with e-commerce companies, there's a little company called Amazon, eBay. Amazon is on track to be a $1 trillion company. Just basically owned by one man, a guy named Jeff Bezos, about my age. You heard about Facebook? That's the e-commerce company. How about Instagram? That's the e-commerce company. Now, what makes e-commerce companies so dominant right now? Because the world is their marketplace. They don't have to necessarily have storefronts. They can acquire their revenue from anywhere in the world. They can do business all over the world as long as they have an internet connection. And the device that does that. So imagine a company that takes those concepts, like Carrot Bar is doing. It's an e-commerce company whose product is gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. No selling. They do all the marketing. The website is free to join. Free to join. You can click on that video right there, that link right there. That Dine has in there. 7 minutes. You can have register your business, and you will literally be in business in 146 nations without any special degrees.
It's a franchise.
Without any special talents. All you got to do is be 18 years older. Now, what do you do with it? You get to work. What's the process? Simple. Save a lot of gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. Tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. How is it that simple? Got to be a gimmick? No. I've been doing it 5 years. I promise you that's the way it works. Dyna's been doing about 4. I promise you that's the way it works. You as you decide to go over, and like Dyna said, like franchises, you decide you want to tell someone in London, which I got a call afterwards, that's coming in. Hopefully that person's listening to the stream right now. You decide to tell them about this. They decide they're gonna open up their business, their franchise up under you. They taught their constituents who you have no idea about, London, New York, Australia, whatever. That starts building your network. People start purchasing gold, gold-backed cryptocurrency, the K1 phone, profit package, all of that thing like that. It starts coming for your network. and you start getting a percentage of that based on an outgroup of your personal network. You sit on the top of your network. You sit on the top of your network. No selling involved, no minimums, no maximums. Everything you get increases your wealth. This right here, that's a 1 gram gold card, a gram of gold right there that I could literally spend for goods and services. Dine, I got my paycheck yesterday. Mm-hmm. Before I paid the car man, before I paid the grocery man, before I went and bought some trail mix, I dialed into my business account and I bought myself a gram of gold. I didn't spend the money. All I did was transfer my currency into my currency is going down. I transferred it into gold. It's going up, and I went about my happy way. And I've done that for so many times. So soon, my reserves, my crypto reserves, my gold things just constantly going up. Then lo and behold, I happen to talk to a friend of mine named Dine, and I said, Dine, I got something here, man, that's incredible. He was actually a little skeptical, but he listened. He had the ability to listen, because of who I was. And we later discovered had it wouldn't have been me, he wouldn't have even dealt with it. We said that when I was in his home. I gave him, I talked to Dine. Lo and behold, Dine get in. I gave Dine to my wife. I gave him, said, hey, you go ahead and sign because I was trying to build a team up for her. He gets in. He sits on it 3 years, 6 months. All of a sudden he wakes up after the 6 month, boom, he creates an international global business all over the world. Well, so that phone call worth it to me? Better believe it. Because of the production of that man, not only has he made thousands of euros in that, I have too. That's just one. I got 121 of those people. He has like 300 something people. I got 6,500 something people around the world, doing that. And then so is it about me? Heck no. Do they do it for me? Heck no. They're sitting around there because they're building wealth and something for their family, something that they can leave, to their children. You can create a residual income. You know what? If things get tight like this, I have this, and this is going to be exceedingly valuable, more than cash and things like that. I acquire about far as what I want. I can call Khalid. And I could call Jonas. I can call Jonas over in Ghana, in Accra. And I know he's over there. Hopefully he's listening to this stream right now. So Jonas, we got something we need to see, or Dine can call him, in which Dine did. He decided he wanted to get on there. Then all of a sudden Jonas, he calls Muhammad. Muhammad's in London. So guess what? Dine and I got a London team now.
All right.
Just because of one call. He saw the show like this and and decided to come on because you know what? People are looking. People are looking for opportunity. Say they're tired of just saying that, that this is just for someone else. All the good life is from someone else. You work, keep your head down, and and you enjoy your real retirement, and you stop doing another job. So this is all the
Brother Fitzgerald, we're losing you. Fitzgerald. Guys, I apologize about the technical difficulties. Let's wait for Brother Fitzgerald to hop back on. But in the meantime, my link is in the chat room. Click on my link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, the link is on the screen, and it'll also be in the description for those who are watching the replay. Fitzgerald, you there? It'll also be in the description for those who watch the replay. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I will personally call you.
Yeah, here.
Okay, you're going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, Fitzgerald, your connection. Hello? So guys, click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I'm going to personally call you, and then I'm going to get you in contact with Fitzgerald, and then we're going to get you guys up and running so we can make sure that you all are successful. And also, again, next tour, March 20th through the 26th. Save the date. Please come and enroll with us. You will have a trip of a lifetime. We are going back to Nigeria to celebrate the 1 year, commemorate the 1 year anniversary of my coronation. So again, hold on, here we go. I think for sure something back on right now. So once again, if you're interested in coming March 20th through the 26th, please reach out, send me email, come and join us, and you will have an excellent time, as we go back to Nigeria. Hold on, trying to get Sheryl back in here. He needs to connect his devices so we could get him back on. Already missing Nigeria, but good news. I will be back in Africa next month. I will be in Sierra Leone and Liberia from December, I think I land on the 9th to like the 20th, something like that. Here we go. Fitzgerald, you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. Do you know, man, we had a strong internet connection we use in Nigeria?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what just happened. We haven't had these problems like this, but my apologies to the audience, for these difficulties here. But hey, no, we just have to find a way to work around. I don't know what people heard, but Dine. That's what I call myself, giving out to go ahead and register their account, click on the email to verify their account. And then give me a call where I can help people show exactly what we're doing right there. I give a shout out to a couple of people. Just tell you the importance of timing. Okay, two people come to mind. One is Olivia over out on the West Coast, and the other one is Queen T. Down in the Gulf states. These two women just took action. They heard what we're talking about right now. They decided just going to fill out the registration. That's all they did. They didn't get their package or anything else we was talking about that I can start talking to you guys out a little later. All they did. Olivia, last time I talked to her, she had about 343 people Dine asked, courtesy of you. Queen T is somewhere like up in the same numbers. All because they just went down there and just signed up account. They got around to calling me a couple of months later. And then I showed them how to build a massive business and a profitable business for them right now. They're collecting their gold, they're collecting their cryptocurrency, changing the financial projection of their life. Both highly astute, educated women. And so, which is another thing. Don't think because someone's so in a successful position that they ain't gonna need this little business. This ain't no little business. This is a global conglomerate. You're a global conglomerate. And so don't think that people are looking. Dinas and I were talking this morning, and it occurred to me. Dinas was saying, I was telling Dinas, I said, man, this is like the easiest job, less stress-free job I've had in my life. It's like a country club. I'm really loving it. And I said, Dinas, I notice a correlation between things.
Go ahead.
If you have low stress, you're not making a lot of money on that job. This holds true almost exact. Not all the time, but generally for the most part, this holds true. If you have a low stress job, you have low pay. If you have a high stress job for the most part, you have high pay. Why? Because people get paid to solve problems. And if you're going to be the one to go in there and solve that problems, and you got problems, you're going to have to be one to go in the pressure cooker. You're going to be the one to really put that together. And that's how you're compensated. Now, I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds, because now, my background is in sales and marketing. Once again, I put together global sales teams. That's what I do. And so I'm college educated, decades worth of experience in that, but I got tired. I just didn't want to do it no more at 55 years old. I want the throttle down, step down. But I couldn't step down if I didn't have carrot bars in place that steps me up. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if it just blew over your head what I just said. I have a global team of over 6,550 affiliates all around the world. I have a global team. So what does that mean to me? I have an opportunity to really leverage my time and my income because I put something in place. My sponsor, Michael Delco, dang near 70,000 people. He's the one that gave me a call. I've been knowing the man 22 years. Our senior upline, Ty Best, over 100,000 people. Tammy Morrison, over 400,000 people. Sheryl Goldberg, close to over 600,000 people, simply because we took action. It started with one. All of us signed up in a free position. All of us went out and registered our account. All of us then went out and simply told other people. And we was able to build something, that's pretty substantial, like Dine is doing right now. Dine everything I said to Dine about this is cool. Because of the efforts, because of being Dine working together, along with his team working together. Dine teams has made money while they're on vacation. Dine has made money while he's on vacation. I made money while I was I made money. I made more money sometimes when I'm putting mulch bags in people's trunk. And I go to my carrot bar account. I have more money in that, but just by doing that, because I understand the ability to leverage income. Hey, we get paid on this. This is my second one. Yeah, this is my second card. We get paid on a gold MasterCard. Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me grab mine.
Okay, and so we get paid in euros, which is more than the dollar, the South African rand, the Nigerian naira, the Canadian dollars. That's what we get paid on every Friday. It's payday. Depending on the production of your team, you can spend this where everything's goods and services are called. Still no minimums, no maximum, just the opportunity to grow your wealth. You can relieve it to your children because you can create a residual income that you can pass on to your wife and child or children, or they can pass on. You can diversify that wealth in other entities such as real estate, other things that you want to do, whatever you want to do. But really, it's not about the money per se, because once you get it, you're going to realize that. It's about the intangibles. It's about freedom. It's about the ability to spend your time where you want, with who you want, stay as long as you want. Similar like Dine Samir is over there, because he went out and created something as opposed to just hoping someone was going to give him a break. He made the break himself. So that's all we're offering you. That's all we're saying there. We don't have the traditional business model. We don't have the exorbitant startup fees that other companies have, like a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A or a Burger King or Tim Hortons coffee shop or any of the number of things, or Mercedes dealership or a Ferrari dealership, but you just go out and get to work. And that's what do you do? Just take a sure chance on yourself. When it comes to betting, I'd rather bet on me than anybody, because I generally know what I'm going to do, and I know I'm going to work in my best interest. So that's about what we're talking about. Dine, I'll give it to you. I said a lot. Oh, now this stream takes a little different. You're like, well, but for those of you guys said, well, he really didn't say anything. Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't say anything, because you know what? But I did put my phone number out there. 1-716-573-6296. Email address, Fitzgerald Stephens, Fitzgerald Stephens, Stephen. Give me a call personally. That's my personal number I just gave you. All you gotta do is just reference the scene with Dine. Once you register your account, go ahead and register your account and say, hey, Fitzgerald, tell me what I got. I'll help you. I spent dozens of my own hours, personally unpaid time, helping people build wealth. I'll help you. I'll talk with you. And you want to know more, I'll certainly help you get started like that. But whatever you do, besides you do something with us or something with someone else, get started. Build an income for yourself. Build it where you can start doing some of the things that's important to you. Time is not infinite. Your time is limited, like Steve Jobs said. And sometimes you guys need to go look at Steve Jobs' graduation speech from Stanford. It'll change your life. because this great man, but this great thing, he realized, he only had a limited amount of time. And one thing he said that caught my attention, he said, don't spend it. Don't spend your life trying to live someone else's life. No. And so I mean, take for instance me, 55 years old, guys. I remember when I was 5. I remember just walking around. I remember being in church in Malvern, Ohio, and my biggest wish was to have my feet touch the floor because I was too small. I had to sit on the edge of the pew, and my feet couldn't touch the floor. I remember that. I remember the 80s when I was 18 and Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Dr. J and all those. Then the 90s went by. The 90s went by. And that was a Dirk Nowitzki and Kobe and all these guys. And then now, lo and behold, we got the 2000s, and then pretty soon it's going to be 2020 right around the corner. And I remember when I thought 27 was old. I literally remember that. And so I don't feel like I am that, but I do know right now, wait a minute. I don't have too much time to keep wasting. I got to get on with the business of doing how I want to live. But to get on the business of how I want to live, you got to have income. You got to have income. Dine, so does Delta just donate those tickets to you because you fly to Africa so much?
They don't. I have where I can upgrade for free at least.
Yeah, but it just costs. And so this is what we're talking. No, it's not all about money, but yes, it's about the money. But more importantly, what I want you to think, just take what this man is saying out the equation. What would you do? What would you do if your time was yours? I mean, I'll leave you with that. What would you do if your time was yours? If you didn't have to ask anybody where you was going to go, how long you was going to stay. If you had literally the freedom to do with your family or your loved ones what you want, when you want, however long you want, what would that mean to you? What would it mean for you not to worry about bills? What would it mean for you not to worry about your futures or your children or grandchildren's future financially? What would it mean to know if something happened to a loved one that you can maybe have them move in with you and sustain them without giving up your life? I mean, what would that mean? That's what I started asking myself, and that's when I went to work. And then, isn't that all really what we want? Do we really just want to serve someone and just at our expense? Do we really want to spend our lives making someone else's dream come true with the cost of that is giving up our own? I chose not to do that. There's a better way. Dine, I'm finished. And I wanted this turned out to be a little bit of motivation, of soul searching and stuff like that. But that's really what it's all about. You got to dig down in you and pull the real you out and say, dang it, I'm going to do something. I'm going to create the life I want for myself. I'm not going to wait for my ship to come in. I'm going to go build it. And I'm going to sell on the auctions what I own. That's what I did. That's what Dine is doing, and we're the better for it.
So guys, my objective, my goal is to take this money that's on this card, flip it into land and resources and assets in Africa. And the great thing about it is while I'm traveling in Africa, I'm getting paid on this card right here where I can access my money on the continent. I don't know any other program like that. The money goes directly to this account, this card that's linked to my account, and literally I can withdraw money and flip it on the continent right here. It just makes sense.
I laugh at my little friend, my little brother over there, because he would squeeze a nickel. I know for a fact, this is not something I'm speculating. I know for a fact. I got an idea about how much is on that card. I'm not going to say, but I know for a fact he has not spent one nickel.
I haven't touched it yet.
He has not spent one nickel. It is substantial, but he has not spent one nickel because he has a goal. Now, this is just extra coming around in there, and pretty soon he can see where. Now he has said, not putting words in his mouth, I'll let him speak for himself. He has said that he wished he would have took care of our sooner a couple of years ago. He wished he would have, because where he could have been, but that's okay. That's okay. He's doing quite well right now. But you know what? Think about that. Man just showed you another residual income that just sitting in there. But I can promise you this: he ain't worried about any financial calamity in his house. He got another stream. If he had to get the if something called that came up right now, and the king said, "Hey man, son, I need you over here in Nigeria tomorrow," he could take that, go right down to Atlanta airport and buy any ticket in the world with what he has on it right now. I can tell you that for fact. Not only he could do that, that would sustain him in hotels, that would buy his food. You know what? And and let me just do this a little bit to myself. I helped my friend create that. That's a heck of a fine feeling to me. That ain't for me no, it ain't for me saying, sir, you owe me. No, that's a look. I helped a man that I love. And my friend, my brother, I helped him build that for him and his boy. That's a heck of a fine feeling that you had did good to someone else. I did good for another family besides mine. I can't, his success is my success because you know what? To see him succeed, I succeed. That's the way our friendship is. And that's the way you should be too. So, and another thing, maybe this isn't for you. Don't stop it for someone else. Just go ahead and say, you know what, man, go ahead and listen. They got something. I'm cool. I'm at the point right now where, I'm straight. I'm not going to tear those brothers down. But you know what? Look at this. Man, look at it. Maybe this could be something that could help you. So, just consider that. Dine, man, it is a pleasure seeing you, man. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure talking to you guys. I have so much respect for each and every one of you on the stream because you know what? You're the people we want to work with. Even those you guys who got different viewpoints, I have so much respect for you because you're sitting up here listening. And, because even if you don't agree fully about what Dine and I are saying, you do agree about you want to change and the trajectory, and you want your family to live the best and the best dream that they possibly can. You want to put that legacy in for your household. So I respect that you even thinking about trying to build that. So, Dine, I'm finished.
Real quick, what is Carol?
Okay. I thought I got that. Well, let me go ahead and say it again. Say it clear. Carrot Bars is a company started in Stuttgart, Germany, by Dr. Harold Constantine Site. It is the largest distributor of small gold increments in the world. Now we can do gold anywhere from like 0.1 gram, which we call a cash card. We can do golds like in this card, that's a 1 gram. It can also come in 2.5 grams. It can also come in 5 gram cards. Now, what's significant about gold? Gold is money. Okay. So what's the principle? You take your fiat currency, whether you're Canadian dollars, US dollars, South African naira, South Africa rand, Nigerian naira, and you take some of that paper money and you exchange it into this. So you really haven't spent anything. This right here is going up in value. Your paper money is going down in value. It's been eaten by a little thing called inflation, and so this builds your wealth. You sit on that and acquire it. Okay. So, okay, Fitzgerald, how am I going to live? Simple. You go ahead and tell others. And as they do the same thing, they start building a global team. You can start getting paid in euros on your MasterCard. Which you can what you can use to buy goods and services. Dine, my RAV4. Yeah. No, I paid 2 truck payments on that for like $1,000. I paid it yesterday with this. Paid it right there with that. My sponsor, Michael Delco, he did a little bit better right there. He decided he's going to go get a Range Rover. He paid for it with this. Yeah. No, I mean, what would that mean to you? And that's all we do. That's all we do. Carrot Bars is a wealth system, and I want to simplify it because it is simple, Or there's a couple other steps, and I can show you how to build a team. And Dine is at the level he can show you just as good as I can now. He's at that level now, But that's all. That's all. Just an opportunity, and just extraordinary opportunity far as what we're doing. Oh, now you hear us talk about this. Don't get it wrong. Now, Dine and I haven't spent a dime of this. We still got our gold. We still got our gold cryptocurrencies going up. We can live off of this. You may be in a position like Dine over there that he has all his euros that he has attached because he has another income, but just because he got a little side hustle. It's just nice to know that he can go ahead and pull this out of his safe and pull it out, and he can move on a dime. So that man don't have no financial emergency. That man has several months of living expenses on that card right now. I know. I help him build it, and that's what we can help you do too. And so for the particulars, sure, give me a call after you register your account. Give me a call after you register your account. Because why did I say that? Well, I got too many people calling me. I got to jump on the phone to London after we hang up now. I'm expecting a call from there. Jonas may want to call us out of Accra, Ghana. Kanye might want to call us, also out of the UK. So we're helping people all over. Mr. Pirate Brand might want to call from down in Texas. So looking to add more gold and looking to build more wealth. So my time is limited. So I'll go on there, but you know what? Just go ahead. I'll plug in, show you how to get started, walk you through it and everything else like that, and help you build wealth for your family, just like Dine and I try to build wealth for ours. Thank you for hearing us out.
Oh, no problem, guys. With that being said, make sure you sign up. Link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Link will also be in the description if you're watching the replay, and it's on the screen. Sign up. You'll get a personal phone call from me. Then I'm going to get you connected to Fitzgerald, and we're going to put you in a position where you're successful. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. Again, tour March 20th to the 26th, back to Nigeria. Email me if you have any questions. Also, make sure you go to dynastymir.com. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Peace.
Peace, everyone.